Guys, we're back. This is going to be another Brawler Badge practice game, and this time it's going to be Orcs and Goblins, my Orcs and Goblins, against Warriors of Chaos. Okay, the scenario we're going to try to be testing out for this practice battle is going to be if the scenario where if you keep your three smallest units alive at the end of the game, you get 150 victory points for each of them. And if you destroy the three smallest units from your enemy, you get 150 victory points for each of them. And if you, for each core unit you keep above half strength and for total wounds at the end of the game, you'll get another 150 victory points. And this is to a max of 600. Now this is like I think the only scenario where I think you can get your maximum 5,000 points, because you can get 1,500 points here, 500 for your objective, and if you table somebody that's 5,000. For the other ones, you can only get about 1,000 to 1,100 points from scenario. Then your 500 for your objectives. That's only 1,600. If you table somebody, that's 4,600. If you get, you kill the general and capture the BSB, that's 4,800. So you'd have to capture 8 banners in order to get to the 5,000 for like 3 or 4 of the other scenarios. I don't think any of the other scenarios go above 1,000, above 1,100. So this is the one I think is realistic for you to get 5,000 on. So let's see how we do. All right, in this variation of my Brawler Bash list, I'm gonna have less fortitude than usual. Mainly, I was figuring that the units I'm taking to get extra banners, Forks and Goblins, aren't really good. And in Brawlers, I might save myself the fortitude points, but for Blood and Glory, but I'm losing out overall because Orc Archers and Bull Boys and more Night Goblins and stuff like that, it's just wasting points. So I'm gonna take Squigs, like a medium-sized unit. I'm also gonna have a medium-sized unit of Night Goblins with a couple Fanatics. Those are basically replacing my Wolf chariots. And I'm going to throw in a second big boss on a Wolf. Now this warrior armor is going to have a few things different than normal, but it's still going to have the main things you don't want to see. At least the Demon Prince is a Slaanesh one and not a Nurgle one, but it's still, very, very powerful. He's going to level 2 metal because he's worrying about high armor things because he doesn't have shooting. And he's going to throw in Throg with 7 trolls. I think the Marauders are just there for the banner. And then, basic other things that you see in the Warriors list, like the Chimeras and the Skull Crushers and the Chariots and stuff like that. Start taking a look at his deployment. He'll have Warhounds here, Skull Crushers with the level 2 metal on the disc behind it, his Marauders, one of his Slaanesh Chariots, and more Warhounds. And now we have Throg and his Trolls, his BSB on a disc, his Marauders. Actually, I think there's 17 Marauders there, not 15. The 2 Chimeras with the Demon Prince behind him. And he still has his Chimeras sideways, like I'm going to shoot cannons at it. I guess he gets the extra 2 inches of flight movement too. And more Warhounds and another Chaos Chariot. Okay, first, for his 3 smallest units are the Chaos Dogs, Warhounds. So it's very easy to keep track of. Now for mine, my big boss with the spear on the wolf is my smallest unit, and then all 3 wolf riders are the same price, so I have to choose 2 out of the 3 to be part of it. So I'm gonna have the 2 GW wolf rider units as my other 2 smallest, while these Mantic wolves here are not going to be one of my 3 smallest. So my deployment, I'll have wolf riders here, my big boss with Shrieking Blade, the Night Goblins with the Fanatics, more Wolf Riders with the Trolls behind them, and then behind the Trolls it's going to be a Doom Diver and a Rock Lava, and you can see the Mangler there over the hill. Next we'll see my Wolf Rider with a Spear, my Savage Horde, the Night Goblins. I have my BSB and level 1 Night Goblin in that unit, another Lava and Doom Diver on the hill, another Mangler, my Squigs, and Wolf Riders. Now I have these Manglers back like this because I didn't realize he didn't have a Nurgle Prince with Purple Sun, his Slaanesh. So I was planning to have Manglers to go through my own units, and I had his Demon Prince if he came to try to Purple Sun me. And also that's why I had the Night Goblins with the Fanatics over where the Trolls are. Now here's a look at my spells. My level 1 Orc's going to have Foot of Gork, so that's really good, that's perfect. My level 1 Night Goblin has the Poison. And my level 4 is going to have Here We Go, Fist of Gork, Headbutt, and Hand of Gork. So it's good spells for both of them, the Orcs. You want your level 1 to have either Foot or Hand of Gork. Now we'll start taking a look at vanguards. I am not going to vanguard my Wolf Rider with a spear or the Wolf Riders that aren't one of the Mantic Wolf Riders, because I want those Mantic Wolf Riders to be able to charge on the first turn if I get it. And the Wolf Rider with spear is my cheapest unit overall too. So I was like, I don't want to put him in harm's way unless I have to. Now this is a look at the rest of the vanguards, and it's both tough for both of us because his hounds and my Wolf Riders are so essential to the game, but they give you extra victory points for keeping them alive. You don't know what to do, and so protecting them you get 150 victory points, but if you don't use them, you can lose a lot of units and keep yourself from getting more points. So this is a good way to try to practice this and figure out what we need to do for the actual tournament itself. I'm going to be winning first turn. I'll charge my Wolf Riders that didn't Vanguard at his hounds. He's going to flee to get away. Um, that's basically my only charge. My Savages are going to fail animosity, but luckily my Black Orc doesn't kill any of them because he only does 3 hits and 1 wound, and I saved the wound with my ward save. So that was fortunate for me. Going into Magic, I'm going to try to hand a Gork, I think, a Mangler or something, but um, yeah, and it doesn't go. I don't have enough power. He had used an objective card where any of my double one rolls were also going to be a miscast, so I'm not using a lot of dice for these things. I'm going to use 4 dice on a booster for the Gork, and I'm going to roll 3 ones out of 4. I'm going to miscast, and he can still dispel it. I mean, it's not even actually, he doesn't even have to spell it because there's not enough power, and then I'm going to forget that spell, so I want to lose for the Gork to start with. That's going to be bad, but it's going to be perfectly okay because my Doom Divers are going to be heroes and kill his Demon Prince right off the bat. First, Doom Driver's going to come in and do 5 hits. He's got Charm Shield, and to try to make it 4 hits, he's going to roll a 1, so it's actually going to be 5 hits anyway. I'm going to do 3 wounds. He's only going to save 2 of them. I'm going to do like 4 wounds, and he's only going to save 1 of them. So he's going to have 1 wound left. Second Doom Driver comes in, does 3 hits. He fails one of his wards. I'm going to kill his Demon Prince off the bat. And then the incredible thing is that the both of the Chimeras are going to pass their leadership test, so they're not going to flee. But this is a big boost for me to start the game. And this is just the end of the turn, and you can see I did get Fist of Gork off. I used 2 dice on that. I tried 3 spells because I was worried about the double ones, and I still rolled the double ones anyway. But at least I rolled it on the level 1 and not the level 4. Now here's his first turn. He's going to charge his other 2 remaining 2 Warhound units at Wolf Rider's Mine. He's going to fail both charges. Um, he's actually going to rally his his Chaos Dogs, whatever you call them, who had fled because they can use Throg's leadership. And after that, the only thing interesting is that he's going to have his BSB right here in the hill where I can roll an 8 and get it with my trolls. In Magic, the only thing he tried was Fiery Convocation on my Savages, and I didn't want to risk that, so I scrolled it. Now, Orca Goblin turn 2. My Squigs here are going to fail their animosity and be forced to charge the Skull Crushers, but I'm going to fail the charge, so that's going to be okay. I'm also going to, not seeing in this picture, I'm going to charge my Wolf Riders on the far left. At his dogs, he's going to flee. I'm going to go through Dangerous Terrain, fail 2, panic, and then flee off the table. So that's going to net him the Wolf Rider points plus a bonus 150 points, and I'm going to lose those 150 points. Alright, but after that, I'm going to redeem myself again because my Wolf Rider is going to charge his dog. They're going to flee. I'm going to roll box cards and catch them. So that's going to give me another 150 victory points in addition to what his hounds cost. And then I'm going to make the charge on his BSB with my trolls. So I'm looking to kill that. But then the last Night Goblin unit that you're going to see here in a second, it's going to fail animosity and be forced to charge the Chimera. I'm going to release my Fanatics. One's going to go through the Chimera, and I knew I would probably kill my big boss behind the Chimera if I did this, but I knew I was going to lose the Night Goblins if I didn't, so I send them both towards the Chimera. One's going to go through the Chimera, only do 1 wound, and I'm going to kill my big boss because it's going to not be able to go up 1 inch out the other side of the big boss without hitting the building. And then the other Fanatic's not going to make it to the Chimera, so I'm going to run over my own fanatic while I'm charging. Oh God! But as you can see here, at the end of the combat, I'm gonna do 9 vomits on his BSB. He's only done 2 wounds to me. And I'm gonna do like 5 or 6 wounds, and he's gonna roll. I think almost all twos. I think he has like 1 save or maybe 2 saves, but I'm gonna kill the BSB right out. So that's great. I make a pretty big mistake though. I should have went ahead and tried to overrun to the Marauders. I kept thinking I was gonna get flanked by the trolls, but I don't think it would have mattered because I would have wiped those Marauders out. I would have had so much combat res that it would have been not made sense to charge my flank with his with Throg and everything. And I think I would have been out of line of sight of his other Chimera, but I don't know. I should just combat reform instead. Now in this fight over here with my Night Goblins and the Chimera, I'm gonna lose, of course, but I'm gonna make my steadfast check on 5. I'm way away from my Children BSB. I'm gonna make my steadfast check and stick. That's great because now I won't be getting, because he could, if I fled, he could just reform his Chimera and got my flank and had 2 Chimeras and trolls coming into me. Instead, now he's gonna have 1 Chimera and troll coming into me. Now over here, just showing what my Doom Divers have done this turn. I really don't have much magic offensively anymore because Foot of Gork's gone. But my Doom Divers are going to come in and kill 2 out of his 4 Skull Crushers, so that's very good. Both my Rock Goblins had aimed at his level 2 here and both scattered off. I think one misfired and couldn't shoot this turn. Now Warrior's turn 2. And on the surface this looks like a bad move. In a regular game it would be. But he's just trying to character assassinate because it doesn't matter if he loses these units. But he gets points if he can kill my level 1 Orc and my Great Shaman. So that's why he's charging in here, even though he's assured over time he's going to lose this combat. And then over here, he's going to have a Chariot come to my Night Goblins. I also want to note that my Night Goblins did do a wound to that Chimera. So they did as good as the Fanatics did against it. And now he's going to send his other Chimera and his Throg's Trolls into my big Troll Horde. And the Flaming Breath is what's going to be scary, but our FAQ for Masters here in US says that the same initiative step like that, I would still get my regen against his regular Chimera attacks, but I wouldn't against the Flaming Breath. So I'm still going to get some regen in this combat. But the bad thing is I'm going to lose it against all his troll attacks. And in a turn looks like this. Oh, he comes in. I'm going to kill his Chimera of my trolls. So that's something. But I have, first he's Flaming Breath and his regular Chimera are going to kill 2 trolls. He actually only does 1 wound with Fiery Breath, but that's enough. So if he'd just not done that wound, this could have been different. So I'm going to have 16 trolls left. I'm going to put 24 attacks at his Chimera. And I'm only going to do 5 unsaved wounds, so I barely do kill it. I'm going to put 18 attacks on Throg and do just 2 wounds. And my last 6 attacks are going on his regular trolls. I'm only going to do 1 wound. He's going to kill a bunch more of my trolls. I'm not even going to be steadfast. I'm in general's range, but I've lost by a bunch. I'm going to flee, but I'm going to get away. So that's going to be the best thing. And I'm not going to panic my big boss there because he's in general's range. Now, in the other combat, he's going to come in, and his chariot, I think it kills like 1 savage with impact hits. I'm going to make way with my war boss to the chariot because I still got Fist of Gork off of my Great Shaman. His chariot cheers, or whatever you call them, kill my level 1 Orc. My war boss and Rugged Savage are going to kill the chariot. And then his riders, 1 rider's attacking my savages. I don't think he does anything. His other rider is going to attack my Great Shaman and do 1 wound. Now my Great Shaman is going to come back and kill 1 Juggernaut, 1 Skull Crusher, I mean. But his last Juggernaut is going to kill my Great Shaman. And then the worst thing is he's going to hold. I win by 3, I think. And he's going to hold and not break because he has a Gleaming Pendant, so he gets to re-roll the fail. Oh, so I'm going to lose the 2 Shamans, and I mean I'm going to kill the Skull Crusher eventually, but lost that Great Shaman. Now, Orc and Goblins turn 3. I'm going to rally my trolls. I had, after the last combat with Savages, combat reformed my war boss to put him back on the corner so he could be in range of the trolls, so they're able to rally. But they're not out of danger because it's still only, I think, 10 or 11 trolls against Throg, who's basically still at full strength, and there's gonna be a Chimera there. So I'm gonna move my big boss up here to slow down his Throg's trolls. Also, I'm gonna march test these Wolfriders you can see in the middle of the table that were behind his lines and move them all the way back over here because they're worth an extra 150 points for me. Plus, they're core units, so they're technically worth 300 victory points for me at this point. Um, I'm gonna move my Wolf Riders who had rallied from a successfully flee charged up on another side of his chariot to get them out of the charge arc of it. I'm gonna move my Mangler up here a little bit. Now, after the shooting, I'm putting my Rock Lobas on his Marauders. I'm gonna kill. No, actually, put my Rock Lobas on his level 2 Metal Mage. I'm gonna kill it. My Doom Divers are gonna go on his other Warhounds that were gonna be worth an extra 150 victory points to me. I'm gonna wipe them out, and so I've gotten all his Warhounds off the table by this point. So I've gotten an extra 100, 450 victory points from this. In combat, I'm gonna kill the last Skull Crusher. Actually, I'm not gonna kill it. I'm only gonna do one wound to it. It's gonna break though, and automatically die because it's the banner, and I'm forced to pursue, so I'm gonna be moved up away from the action a bit because I'm frenzied. Okay, Warriors turn 3. Throg is gonna fail stupidity, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna save that Wolfrider's life and um 150 points for me. Now he's gonna charge his Chimera into the flank of my trolls because he still has a good chance of breaking those trolls, and that's basically all he has into combat. We're gonna fight the combat. He's gonna kill one troll, but that Chimera only had 2 wounds left on it because my Night Goblins and Fanatics have done 2 wounds to it. My 3 trolls coming back at it are gonna kill that Chimera. So that's really good for me. So I've gotten both Chimeras off the table. I've only got to really worry about Throg here now. I mean, in a normal scenario, this game has been won, but I'm trying to get more points, and I got to deal with Throg at some point, and I know my regular trolls here can't deal with them by themselves. Alright, so Orc got turn 4, and my Warboss has a wound on him because I had made way against that Juggernaut, that Skull Crusher, and they had got a wound through on me. I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Should have put him in harm's way like that because I think that Skull Crusher was going to break no matter what anyway. So anyway, I reformed these savages like this. I think I Swift reformed them. Move my squigs around. Move my BSB up a little bit. Um, Before all that, my compulsory first. The Mangler goes right here, 16 inches perfectly in between the where the big boss was and my trolls. Lands right in front of Throg's trolls. That is perfect. Then I'm gonna march test my big boss there away because he's worth 150 victory points for me. He's not even in the picture anymore. I'm gonna get these other Wolf Riders out because they're a core unit and the smallest unit. So I've got to get them out of the way as well. But Throg has got a Mangler perfectly in front of him now for me. But what happened over here? These Wolf Riders, they failed animosity and they could see the Marauder unit and they're forced to charge it. Now you're gonna normally this is only 55 point unit. Who cares? But this is a core unit, and right now I would get maximum 600 points if I keep all of them above half. So I'll lose 150 victory points because of this. Ugh. After this, I concentrate my shooting on Throg's trolls. I'm able to kill a couple of trolls. I don't know if any wounds carry over or not. So, I mean, I needed to try to concentrate them down some. No, Throg charges my Mangler and I roll triple ones. Oh, what a time for that to happen. Oh my god, this is the second time I can remember rolling triple ones for the hits when somebody charges through or lands on a Mangler. Oh my god, it's the worst time that could have happened. Oh, and this is like again, this is a situation where the game normally is won, but I want to get the points for these trolls, so I needed to whittle them down more when they come into my trolls. Oh, triple ones, why? So this is the rest of his turn, and you can see the top of the table. His Marauder Horseman came in that fight where my Wolf Riders have been fighting the his Marauders. The first turn it was like a tie. Um, so the second turn he just destroys those Wolf Riders and runs them down. Now he has a Chariot and Throg coming in my trolls. The Mangler only does 1 wound to his trolls. I'm gonna lose this combat again. I feel like I don't need to do any wounds to him. I may have done one wound to his chariot, but I'm gonna lose this combat. Luckily, my general and BSB are there, so I am steadfast now, and I stick. Alright, Orc Goblin turn 5, and I declare Wog, and come on in here to the Throg Troll, and finally, hopefully, I can try to get these guys taken out. For Wog and Busey! As you can see, I do break Throg and his trolls, but they're going to get away. I pursue with both. The chariot breaks too, but I don't pursue the chariot. He's going to get away. He's going to stay on the table. Ugh. Now, on my shooting, I just go against his marauders. I need to get them below 25%, or I think it's 25% or less, to get half points for them. And so that means I need to get them 4 models or less. I get them down to 3 models, so I've got them at half points. If I can kill the last 3, then I'll get full points for them. Now, Warrior's turn 5, he's going to rally his chariot and Throg's trolls. At the top there, there's marauders. Only the 3 up front are still alive. The rest of them will push back at their casualties. So he's not got much left. He's got his marauder horsemen on the other side of the building where you can't see him. Um, Basically, on my turn, I'm gonna have to try to kill Throg because I know he's gonna come into my trolls, and I'm likely to lose that again because Throg is just really powerful. Yeah, because on his Eye of the Gods rolls, he's has like an extra attack now, and I think one time he was able to reroll wounds, but he's gotten even more powerful than normal. Now, Orcs turn 6, my trolls are gonna fail stupidity. Uh, they're out of BSB range, but in general's range. Uh, Now, I mean, again, these my trolls will probably lose to Throg's trolls, but he has 2 regular trolls left. If I kill one of them, I would get half points for his trolls. I'm already getting half points for Throg. But it's not, now I'm gonna have to try to concentrate shooting on them for sure to try to get that last troll dead, or just maybe get a lucky shot on Throg because he's not getting Lookout Sir now. Now I'm gonna do my shooting at him. The first Doom Diver is too close; it can't shoot at him. I was gonna shoot at his Marauders. Horsemen, I'm only gonna kill 2 of them, so I'm not gonna get half points for them. And they're a core unit for him, so he'll get the half points for keeping them above half strength now. Um, I'm going to charge my savage at his chariot. He's going to flee, and he's going to get away. Um, Lava is going to go. It's a little bit too close to me to get the hole on Throg, so I'm going to put the hole on the center troll. It's going to get a direct hit, but just do 1 wound to the troll. He's going to fail regen. I'm only going to do 1 wound. And so I'm gonna shoot my last Doom Diver and Rock Lava at his trolls, and 1 Rock Lava is gonna scatter off the table. The Doom Diver is gonna do the last wounds to 1 troll and get him down to where he just has 1 troll and Throg. So Warrior's turn 6, and you can see he's gonna charge Throg at my trolls. There's only one other troll there. He just didn't take that model off because the base was kind of breaking where the troll was. So he is going to break me. I'm out of BSB range, so I don't get a reroll. But I'm going to get away again. He'll get half points from me, but not the full points. So that's basically how the game's going to end. Um, I'm going to kill everything of his except for half points on his Marauders, his Marauder Horsemen, half points for Throg, and then half points for his regular trolls. So I'm going to get a pretty big victory here. So yeah, this was a huge victory for the Orcs. I got over 4,400 points. These plus 50s are because you're supposed to get 50 extra victory points for offering your opponent a tasty beverage. And this is a practice game. And I keep forgetting this anyway. Now I have to remember this in the tournament, that this is 50 easy points. Remember this. I'm sure between 2 people we're going to remember this when we have it in front of us. Um, anyway, even with leaving points on the table with those animosity failures, I still got a ton of points. Um, of course, killing that Demon Prince on turn 1 was a huge turning point of the game, and I've never killed a Warrior's Demon Prince before this. This is the first time I've ever killed one. Um, Usually they just destroy my army. I've killed the Demon of Chaos ones, but Warriors ones, if anybody wants to look through my reports, I can't remember ever killing one. So I don't know if I can count on that ever happening again. But yeah, And kudos to my opponent because normally in the game like that you would give up. Because this is a brawler, though, he kept fighting it out, and he was fighting it out for every point. And there was multiple times where he could have got those trolls, got a huge ton of points. Even if you got half points for him, I mean, they broke twice, so he had two chances to take those trolls, and he wasn't able to do it. But kudos to him for keep fighting. And this was a real tactical game, I think, especially because it seemed like it was over after Demon Prince was dead, but just the thought process we were putting through everything because it's brawls and because you're trying to get extra points. I really enjoyed that, and I think it made a game where normally you think it's over. It made it a lot more fun than it normally would have been. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I don't know if I'll get to play a game before our practice tournament. That's coming up in 2 weeks. I hope you guys like this. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and like and everything. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening.